Have you ever been held up or stuck behind someone who didn't seem to know what they were doing? The other day, I was driving to an appointment and I was running a bit behind. And I came up behind this van that was going slow. Like, really slow. Way slower than the speed limit. And because I was running late, I was pretty annoyed by this. I thought to myself, oh my god, what is this person doing? We were on a one-lane street, so I couldn't change lanes to go around them. But I also couldn't see any cars in front of them. So I was just left confused and annoyed as to why they weren't going faster. Why they weren't doing things the way they should be. Why they weren't doing things normally. I thought about honking a few times, but decided against it. Eventually, we got to a point in the road where it opened up into 2 lanes. And the person finally sped up. And at that point, I saw why they were going so slow. There was someone on a bike in front of them, and there was a lot of cargo sticking out from that bike. So there was no way the person in front of me could have passed them without clipping them. And in that moment, I was kind of like, oh, okay. I guess it wasn't really their fault for driving so slow. Maybe I shouldn't have been so impatient. And good thing I didn't honk, because then I really would have looked like an asshole. And there's actually a psychology term for this. It's called making a fundamental attribution error, which is a type of attribution bias that can sometimes arise when evaluating other people's behavior. Basically, when you see someone's actions and think about why they might be acting that way, you're more likely to attribute them to internal or inherent reasons rather than external or situational factors, especially if you deem it to be a negative action. That's exactly what I did. I assumed they were driving slowly because they weren't a capable or confident driver, and not because they had someone riding a bike in front of them and didn't want to hit them. Now, I'm not going to dive too deep into the theory behind this. It's been a while since Psych 101, but it made me think about the other times I've done this, and honestly, I do it pretty often, sometimes without thinking, especially when the other person has done something or is doing something that impacts me negatively. Ugh, this person is driving so slow. They must not know how to drive. Ugh, this person was supposed to be here 10 minutes ago. They must not know how to be punctual. Ugh, this person keeps asking me questions that I've already answered in a document that I sent over. They must not know how to read. These are all thoughts that I've had in the last week alone. And maybe you've had similar thoughts, experiences, or attribution biases recently too. It's so easy to get frustrated or annoyed or irritated when someone's actions prevent you from doing something the way you want to do it. It's so easy to blame it on them as a person, rather than stopping to think about what other things might be causing them to act this way. And in some cases, yeah, their behavior may be due to dispositional reasons. It may indeed be an internal thing and who they are as a person. But I think more often than not, there are situational or external factors influencing the situation. Maybe the person doesn't have access to the document you sent over that has all the answers. Maybe they were all set to get to your meeting 10 minutes early, but then they had to stop and deal with an emergency. Maybe there was a bike in front of them and they had to drive slowly so as not to hit them. And yeah, when I couldn't see that bike, I was frustrated and annoyed. I didn't understand why they were going so slow, why I was being held up. But once I could see, I understood. And I think this is the key realization I took away from this. It's so easy to make negative attributions about someone when you can't see what's in front of them, when you can't see what they're going through, what they need to stop for, or what might be holding them up. But as soon as you can see, everything becomes clear. You understand why they're acting that way. You understand why they're taking the actions they did. So in the future, if you ever find yourself in a situation where someone does something that impacts you negatively, and you think to yourself, ugh, why are they like this? That's okay. It's reasonable to be frustrated if someone's holding you up or preventing you from doing something the way you want to do it. But before you actually act on those thoughts, before you lay on the horn or call them out or get mad at them, consider that you might be making a fundamental attribution error. There may be something directly in front of them that's preventing them from doing things the way they want to do it. Something that you maybe can't see from where you are now. Something that you may immediately understand and empathize with, if only you could see. And on the flip side, others will be attributing your actions to who you are as a person, rather than factors that might be external or out of your control. And now that you know about this bias, consider making it easier for others to see what's in front of you. Help them see what you see. At the end of the day, most people will react to things before they can fully see. But if you can take just a little time to try to see or think about what might be in front of someone, rather than assuming there's nothing there, that's a small but meaningful action. That's a worthwhile decision. If this was a game, you'd get life experience points for that. One more step forward towards becoming the best human being you can be. Anyway, that's it for today. If this resonated with you or you found this insightful, your thumbs up is appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos on personal development and self-improvement. And let me know in the comments about a time you made a fundamental attribution error. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.